Is this thing on?
And we are live. Welcome back to another episode of Spoiled Life Live. I don't want to say my name, right? Because Ram couldn't make it this time. You know, it's a spooky episode today. We're in beautiful Roy's Bait and Tackle here in Corpus Christi, Texas. Corpus Christi is the beautiful place of Whataburger, right?
There it is.
The beautiful Selena statue,
Yep.
right? We have a whole bunch of water, surrounded by water. And we're also the home of, what college are we the home of?
A&M Corpus Christi.
There you go, you know, which brings us to my guest. I'm not gonna say his name yet, right? Because the real president of the Islander Anglers couldn't make it either,
Could not.
right? So we had to bring in a special guest to take his place, right? If you could guess, we're gonna go ahead and tell y'all who we really are, right? But if you could guess who we are right now, who I am, and who my guest is, we're gonna send you a Spoiled Life Live swag pack, right? You have to guess both of our, we'll call it alter egos, both of our alter egos, both of our costumes, both of our Halloween get-ups. What else could we call it?
I don't even know. I think you hit it all.
Both of our mentors.
Mentors.
Right? Mine was a mentor of mine, right? If y'all could guess that, you could guess both the names, right? In the same comment. We're gonna send you all a Spoiled Life Live swag pack, right? Man, so let's get started. I want to give thanks, first of all, to the Islander Anglers team for they had an event a couple weeks ago. I was part of the event. I fished. I wasn't part of it. I fished it. I guess that's being part of it too.
Yeah,
right?
you were part of it.
I was part of it. Hell of a tournament. If y'all missed it, it's a hell of an event to get in there to fish, to get involved in the community, involved with the kids. It's just a hell of an event to fish, right?
You
Had a
took
good
home
time.
Some of our money too.
Yeah, made a whole bunch of money. How many anglers did you have?
We had 20 boats.
20 boats. So that's 4 anglers,
4 anglers
A
per
boat.
boat,
right?
on average. Some
So we're-
had less.
Right. So we're fast forwarding a little bit. I have none other than the man, Mr. Braden Remington, from the Islander Anglers team. Right?
Yes, sir.
Said it right?
Yes, sir.
Man, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me out
For
here.
coming
This is
on,
awesome.
dude. Man, so Islander Anglers. First of all, let's start with a little bit about yourself. Who
Well,
is Braden Remington?
I'm originally from Houston, Texas. I came down here for school. I graduated high school in 2019, and I'll graduate from A&M Corpus Christi in the spring with my degree in electrical engineering. I've been a part of the Islander Anglers for all 4 years of my time here. I was the treasurer, then I was the vice president, and now I'm currently the president. So,
Oh yeah. So when you walked in, first day, you're not from Corpus, right? Where were you from?
I'm from Houston.
From Houston. You walk in day one. Did you have an idea that the Islander Anglers was even?
I did, actually.
did?
I found them on Instagram
Oh,
my
really?
senior year of high school when I decided that I wanted to come down here. So I
Right.
was like, I want to be a part of that when I get down there.
Uh-huh. So you were just cruising around thinking, man, what the hell am I gonna do in Corpus? Right? What is there to do? Were you already fishing?
Yeah, I knew pretty much. It was honestly the only college that I'd even looked at. So I was like,
Oh,
you
really?
know what? I'll walk out my back door and I'll go catch some dinner. And
Yeah.
I'll go 15 minutes down the road and I'll go shoot some ducks. You know?
Because you were a baseball player, right?
I was.
You play for the baseball team here?
Not here.
No, they weren't. You rather cruise to the fishing side
I
of stuff.
decided I'd rather fish and hunt and have
Right.
some fun in college. than-
Fish, hunt, and study.
Yep.
right? There's quite a bit of studying
There is.
on the, what was it, electrical
Engineering.
Right. Man, so you're almost done.
I am almost
This is
done.
your last hoorah.
Last hurrah right here.
And then what?
I don't know yet.
No? Is there any prospects they're going to take your place as president?
We have a couple of younger guys. Actually, the vice president right now, John, he's a junior, so he'll most likely take over.
Oh, really? Shout out to John.
Shout
What's his
out
last
to
name?
John Neblett.
John.
Neblett.
You know what? Let's drink to John Ned.
Drink to John Neblett.
John, you should have been here, John. We had a shout out to John. Shout out to everybody that's watching us instead of the Cowboys. You probably got 2 screens up, or you just have given up on the Cowboys. There's no giving up here, right?
There's not.
We win. Even when we lose, we still win, right? To John, to the Spooled Life, and to everybody watching, this one's for you all. Man, so we've gotten a couple already that I've seen. Eazy-E and Ice Cube, right? It's close.
It is.
But for the first time, I think in Spooled Life Live history, Austin Matthews is wrong.
Really?
Yes. And we should send him something for being wrong
For being
the
wrong.
first time, right? That is not it. That is real close. You're 50% correct, right? Chris Ibanez is in the house. Chris Castro's in the house. We celebrated Chris Castro's birthday yesterday. Hell of an event as well. Watched the game. Ate some cake. We ate a cake that was a life-size cobia,
I saw that.
right?
Yes.
It was pretty. There was some mixed feelings because you see a life-size fish. Somebody made a comment about, your mind is thinking, okay, this is supposed to taste like
Tastes
fish,
like
and
fish, yeah.
it was pretty cool because it was red velvet, and when you open it, when you cut it, it's almost like it's the inside of a fish, which was pretty. I don't know if that was planned like that or hey, what's your favorite cake? It's red velvet.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make it red velvet, but it was kind of cool how it all played a part.
I've seen a lot of her stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
She is extremely
What's her
talented.
name? Do you know her
I think
name?
it's
Somebody
Sugar
tag her
Bell-
name up there.
Sugar Bell Sweets. or
Yeah,
something,
Sugar Bell
something
Sweets
like that.
is the company's name.
She's extremely talented.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Rattlesnakes, life-size deer,
Yeah, I've seen deer, a
Nail
nail
guy.
guy.
cobia.
Yeah, that's
Right.
awesome.
If I ever do one, I'm gonna need like a undersized redfish, or a stringer full of mullet, or a cast net with mullet in
net.
it, or that's what pumps me
Some
up.
shrimp.
Right? Yeah, some shrimp. Fried shrimp that's already fried. A little vanilla flavored tartar sauce kind of deal on the side. But yeah, Mr. Matthews, you are incorrect. If you're just tuning in, obviously we are not ourselves today. This is the spooky episode of Spooled Life Live. And if you can guess our get-ups, we're going to send you a Spooled Life Live swag pack. Moving along. What waters do you usually fish? Let's go from beginning to end, from where you come from and now, right?
So I grew up in Houston. Obviously, there's not very much water there. We would take trips over to Lake Calcasieu once or twice a year in Louisiana, go catch trout over there and stuff. And then as I got older, my family bought a bay house in Seadrift over there by Port O'Connor.
Okay.
So we were red fishing over there. And then in high school, I fished a lot of neighborhood ponds. I fished a lot of neighborhood ponds. I got kicked out of a lot of neighborhood
really?
ponds. Yeah, there'd always be some, somebody in
Some
there
Karen?
just didn't like that I wanted to fish in the neighborhood pond.
And were you just? I wonder why they do that. I
have
hear
no
that
idea.
a lot.
I'm not parked in front of anybody's house.
You're
I'm
not
not standing
killing
in
the- you're letting
somebody's
go of the
yard.
fish
I'm not
and-
killing fish.
Right.
They just have
It's
a
almost
problem
like
with me being there.
a sense of entitlement
Yeah.
for the Karens to kick the kid. I get it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to have cars stacked up there,
Yeah, I
but I
get
mean, if
that.
you're just a kid and you want to just go have a good time, and guess what? I want to I want to be fishing
I
in
wanna
this
go
pond
fish.
instead of over here doing drugs
Exactly.
and robbing places and stuff.
That was
Why
my
not,
deal.
Right?
At 16 years old, I could be doing a lot worse than fishing in this pond.
Right.
That doesn't even say no fishing.
Yeah, man, dude. You have when I walked in. Of course, we're gonna get into it more in detail. But when you walk into an event as the Islander Anglers, that's a tough name to say.
Yeah, it
Islander
gets a lot
Angler.
of people.
Like, try to say that 5 times,
It gets a lot of
and
people.
you cannot. Right? Islander. When you walk into an Islander Anglers event, right? I have fished multiple tournaments, from the big tournaments to the small tournaments, but this event that yourself and the rest of the Islander Anglers, I'm gonna have to say IA or something, right?
IA.
The rest of the IAs put on, it was something to, like, an achievement, right? Obviously, this wasn't the first one,
No.
right? Obviously, well, I'll let you explain. Let's explain what the hell is Islander Anglers.
All right, I guess we'll go from the top. The Islander Anglers is the fishing club at A&M Corpus Christi. We fish tournaments, we host club tournaments, we have weekly meetings, we host our own fundraiser tournaments, we do like competitions throughout the club
Within yourselves?
within ourselves, and then our fundraisers are our big public tournaments, and
Okay.
then we'll go fish public tournaments as a team.
Oh, I got you. So you don't call Del Mar or you
No.
don't call B County College or
We used to have a team that would go fish the college bass tour, but both of them graduated, so we don't have anybody that does that anymore.
you think B County College has a fishing team?
I have no idea.
Del Mar?
I know A&M Kingsville does.
Oh, they do.
We've done some things with them in the past.
Y'all don't compete?
Not really.
There should be like a big Islander Angler versus the Kingsville team, or
That would be pretty cool.
you know what I mean? Kind of like the bass,
We've
but
actually
a
talked about
saltwater edition.
like a big tournament of like all the coastal colleges. But
Yeah.
it's a lot tougher in the salt. Like, you know, you go to a bass lake and pretty much it's very similar. All the bass lakes have, you know, you fish the same patterns. When you go to Port O'Connor versus Corpus versus Galveston, that water is a completely different color. It's completely
Yeah.
different depths
It's
and
dirty.
bottom and everything, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like, it's totally different.
Yeah.
To
It's a
be
total
like-
different atmosphere.
Yeah.
A total different angler, a total different approach, I guess you could call it,
Yeah.
as well.
Growing up bass fishing, I mean, I did a lot of it. And
Mhm.
bass fishermen are, I mean, you got to hand it to them. That's very, very tough. When I came into the salt, I felt like it was where I belonged. You know?
Right.
It just felt like this is awesome. This is way better than catching bass.
Yeah, I don't want to catch a bass ever again, he said.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, I'll still go fish in ponds or whatever when I'm home, but I'm a salt guy.
How many years? When did the Islander Angler start?
It
This is your
started in-
4th year, right?
This is my 4th year. It started in 2010.
2010. James Sanchez.
James Sanchez,
What are the other
David
ones?
Norris.
Norris.
Those are the two that I know, really. I know there's a bunch of other guys.
Oh, really? I wonder what was. Hopefully, they're watching. And props to the Islander Anglers originators, right?
Yes,
To getting
definitely.
something involved. Not everybody wants to play ping pong, or not everybody wants to play chess. Nothing against it, right? Hey, y'all don't go and delete yourselves from the page just because we like to fish, right?
Exactly.
Nothing against the ping pongers. Nothing against the checker players. What other kind of teams they
There's
got?
like
Cheer teams,
MMA
right?
and sailing.
MMA. We don't want to mess with those guys for sure.
There's a
right?
tennis club, I think.
Tennis, baseball, right?
Yeah, there's
Maybe.
a baseball team. I don't know if there's a club.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Lopez.
Stuff like that.
What's his name? Dominic
Dom
Lopez.
Lopez, yeah.
Good dude, right?
Yeah.
He's a baseball player there as well, and part of the. Is he part of the Islander?
No, he's not.
No, come on, Dominic. Man, that would be a good one. I'm not sure if this is his last year as well, but hell of an angler too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coming from y'all's side of.
He won that star tournament too.
Yeah, he did, and we got to get him on here to get that story.
We've had 2 from this school win star tournament.
Todd Wilson is in the house, and he states, "Have Islander anglers contact me, and I'll get them into some of my tourneys next year. Entry fees on me."
Oh wow.
There you go. Now you owe me lunch, or at least a little something, right?
Little
Todd
something
Wilson,
for
hell of
you.
a dude. We're in talks to having his group on the show as well, getting an insight on the tournament side of stuff. Of course, you all do y'all's tournaments. When you say, well, it's hard to say this is your opinion, right? Your 4-year opinion. When you grab the reins on your first year and it's tournament time, from the years before, what did you want to bring into the tournament side that you hadn't seen? Had you ever fished tournaments before?
I had not until I came here. I'd never fished a tournament.
So day one, they say, you know what, Braden, it's time to start getting this tournament together. What's going through your mind?
I wasn't as involved when I was a freshman. I became more involved as a sophomore because we had a lot of higher up older officers, but actually we've come a long way. Our tournaments used to be held in the Hammerhead parking lot on campus.
Oh, really?
With like a scale and a laundry basket was how we did our weigh-ins.
Yeah.
And we did it ourselves. And they would have like 8 boats, whatnot.
Really?
And now we have Waterline, and we have all of these teams that are regulars that fish every single semester that we do it.
Mm-hmm.
And like every time, they come in and they walk out the door and, see y'all in the spring.
Right.
And it's awesome to see how far we've come and how big this tournament's gotten.
So y'all went from a bag, an HEB bag, and a scale to having Gulf Coast
Yes.
Weighmasters in the house.
Yes.
Which
we
is probably
did.
one of the elite Weighmaster services.
Yeah, Alex has been a great guy to us. He really hooks it up. He helps us out a ton with everything in the tournament.
Right. If you cruise up to a tournament, man, it got quiet in here,
did.
right? Did it?
I
think
just
the
noticed
AC
that.
turned off or something. If you cruise up to a tournament and the Gulf Coast Weighmaster Services team is there, it's a big deal. Big payout, right? It's expensive to get them there.
Yeah, it is.
Period. You know what I mean? So if they're there already, you're looking into a quality tournament, quality ran tournament, and some quality payouts as well.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
We used to pay out like $500 for our charity to first place, and now
Really?
we're all the way up to $2,000.
Yeah. Now it's a definite 2,000.
We paid out almost $5,000 at our fall tournament.
We actually placed, me and my partner, tournament partner, we got most spots.
Most spots, yeah.
Most spots, and it was a good day, man. If I could take that day back, we were on redfish at the start. Within 15 minutes, we had our redfish, and then we went on the hunt for some speckled trout, which we needed, and we couldn't find a single one, man. I think we got some small ones, and they just weren't good enough
They weren't there.
to take them in. You know what I mean?
We had some hammer bags turned in.
There
at
was
that
some good
tournament.
fish that were turned in, man. And for this time of the year, I'm real big into the freeze, right?
Mhm.
I don't know if they're gonna give it back to us, right? We used to be able to catch 5, now you could catch 3
And they
or 2 or
shrunk
something
it
like
to-
that, or right? Are they gonna ever give it? What's your opinion on that? Do you think they're gonna give it back to us where we could catch 5, or they're just
I
gonna
don't
keep
know.
stalling? And
Maybe eventually, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon.
because somebody said that it was a sunset clause kind of rule deal. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but somebody said that as soon as it strikes midnight on a special day, which should be coming up, that rule's gone,
I'm really not sure.
and you're back to 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the trout population is up, on that day, and we're catching 5, and Austin Matthews is still trying to figure this out. His next is tell me it's Snoop Dogg and Easy E. All right, I'm gonna give you all a hint.
I was gonna say I think they're a little confused.
Yeah. So this is hint number 1. One, I'm not gonna say whether it's me or not, because I mean you never know. One is a hip hopster, and the other is a country star. Right?
Yes.
Here we go. That's hint number 1. For whoever can figure out who the hell we are, is gonna get a Spoiled Life Live swag pack, right?
I think somebody will get it off of that hint.
Which is probably in the range about a $50 to $100 box of stuff, right? Brought to you by the sponsors of Spoiled Life Live, right? Ice Cube and Blake Shelton. That's close,
it's
man.
Getting close.
You're already in the genre, right?
Yep.
You're close, Cliff Nagel. Moving along. Water etiquette, right? You come from fishing in the ponds, your neighborhood ponds. You know, you got the Karens over there, and they're kicking you out, and all you want to do is, hey, look, lady, I just want to catch fish.
Exactly.
You know, I just want to have a good time. You know, I'm minding my own business over here. You know, she owns the pond all of a sudden, and the fish that are in there. How has it been in your 4 years of college? Obviously, you as the president, you know the etiquette side of the tournaments. You know the etiquette side. I'm sure you've gotten phone calls. Hey, we just had an Islander anglers jersey over here. He's in my pond. You know, what is he doing over here? How has it changed from day 1 4 years ago to your almost over? I'm gonna be an electrical engineer.
Well, thank God I've never had one of those phone calls.
Oh, really?
I've not.
And that's good.
I mean, we're very respectful in the club. We respect the fish, we respect the resource, and we respect everybody that's a part of it. We're not here to piss anybody off,
right?
You know. But I mean, when I came in freshman year, we had about 12 people in a room, and it was awesome. It was.
What are y'all
awesome
up to
group.
now? How many?
We're up to about 60.
Oh, wow.
So we've kind of grown exponentially over the last 4 years, and I can credit, I mean, almost all of my best friends at this school to that club.
Really?
I would say 80-90% of my friends here come from that club. It's
That's
just
cool,
a
man.
great group of people.
That's good for the student / angler, right? That comes in from out of town, you know, from wherever there is no water, right? And he comes in and he's like, man, I'm not even gonna know anybody.
I didn't know a single person
you know what
when
I mean?
I came here.
You cruise up, you just so happen you have some class with Remington, and he's like, dude, come check out this group, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's posters, right? There's flyers. Hey, we're having the meeting. Come cruise in if y'all are interested, kind of deal.
We have tabling events usually the first week where we'll sit in the breezeway, which is kind of like the main walkway on campus. And we have flyers that say, like, you know, this is who we are. This is when our first meeting is. This is where. And, like, go follow our Instagram for updates. So that kind of gets them to go look at our Instagram. And we have pictures of all the people in fish and everything that we do as a club. And they're kind of like, you know, hey, that's pretty cool. Like, I want to be a part of this. So Thursday night, I'm going to go check them out.
Yeah.
And we try to have a really good meeting, that first meeting, to retain that group. And then throughout the year, we'll do giveaways and guest speakers and stuff like that, just to really keep people entertained and give them an experience that
Who
they
provides
really wouldn't
the
get it out.
giveaways?
We pay for it with the club money, or the sponsors will give us stuff to give away also.
I got you. Right. So who can enter the Islander Anglers group?
Any active student at A&M Corpus Christi can be a part of the club. All you have to do is show up, sign up, do your paperwork. It's like 2 pages. You
Free.
Put a phone number and an email and something like that. It's kind of dumb. But
And it's free, right?
It's $20 a semester for dues.
$20. Okay.
The school pretty much requires us to have some form of dues.
I got you.
So we keep it as cheap as possible.
Right.
But $20 a semester, you figure a couple meals at Whataburger, or we gave away over $200 in stuff this semester to our members.
If there is a dealer, if there is a company that's watching, and all of a sudden they said, "Hey, guess what? I want to pay some of the dues." Is that possible?
Yeah, that
I want to
would
pay
be
for
possible.
10 students dues, right?
The main sponsorship deal we have is our jerseys. I should have brought it with me to show off, but
Yeah, you should have. Well, we had the whole spooky edition kind of
did.
thing going on.
it had to come as the alter egos. But
Yeah.
so we have sleeves that have company logos, and we have some on the front and some on the back. Andrew over at Real Sportswear,
There you go.
awesome guy.
I was
doing
gonna
those
ask.
for us.
I was gonna ask, but I just had a feeling that I knew who it was.
I gotta say something about him.
Go ahead.
He
Go
writes my paychecks. I
Yeah,
can't
exactly.
leave them hanging.
And they're pretty badass jerseys.
They are
right?
extremely
Comfortable.
nice. Very comfortable.
They got
They have a hood.
It's hooded, just in case,
Mhm.
you get into some sun and you don't want to ruin the good complexion y'all have. Especially in college, where, I mean, it's been years since I was in college, right? And I say college, I went to Del Mar, right? Nothing against Del Mar. We
No.
didn't have a fishing team. We had the Del Mar Vikings, right? Baseball team, right?
Mhm.
Pretty good. But you want to go into college at the time. I might be wrong now, right? It's a different age we live in now, but we wanted to look our best,
Yeah.
especially if you're a fisherman, right? You're a part of a group, an elite group, right? The
Yeah.
Islander anglers. You want to represent yourself. Those dudes that were at the tournament, you knew who the Islander anglers were.
Yeah, we are. I mean, everybody that
You know
had
what
a
I'm
jersey
saying?
wore it, so
Yeah,
pretty much you knew.
They wear it with pride.
we do. We wear those all the time.
Yeah.
We really like to show off our sponsors for everything that they do for us, and
Yeah.
just to have a jersey from your college is like something we're gonna tell
That's a
our
big
kids
deal,
about.
man. Yeah, it's cool.
Like
Yeah.
back in my college days, I used to fish tournaments.
Yeah,
for-
man. And
for
your
the
kids are gonna
college.
laugh at you.
Exactly.
It's gonna be totally different when you have kids, and they look back and they're like, what? A fishing team?
Just wait till
What-
you get there.
Yeah. What do you mean a fishing team? Y'all actually fished, in tournaments and stuff, and it's gonna be completely different. Like I'm saying right now, you're probably saying, dude, we don't even care what we look like anymore. You know what I mean?
I mean, we like to
We
put
wear the
on
same jersey every
a
day.
face for ourselves in public, though. We
After the
like people
tournament,
to know
wore the
who we
same
are.
jersey.
Yeah.
We want, when we go to class, we want them to know
Yeah.
that we fished yesterday,
Yes.
right? Hell yeah.
When you're out here pre-fishing and whatnot, and you fish a tournament on the weekend, and you cut a check, and you go to class on Monday, and you're telling all your buddies,
Yeah.
I cashed your check this weekend
Yeah,
fishing.
dude,
And they're
this
like,
is what it smells like, right?
Yeah, they're like,
Hell
I didn't know
yeah.
you could win money fishing. Well, you're just not in it.
Right?
You just don't know about it.
That brings up another one. If somebody doesn't know, somebody comes from West Texas, right? Where they're fishing in dirt
Dirt. Yeah.
and sand. Maybe not sand, but dirt, red dirt, ugly.
Yeah.
Don't wash your car because it's going to be dirty the next day,
day.
kind of dirt, right?
Yep.
If somebody has no idea how to saltwater fish, Islander anglers, saltwater fishing, right? If they have no idea, do you or the other officers say, hey, guess what? We're gonna send Ram's brand new to the group. We're gonna send them with Remington, and you just show them around town.
We
man.
do.
Just cruise 'em around.
So we do at our meetings too. We'll do like lure presentation videos,
Okay.
like how to throw this lure. We'll do like how to tie leader knots,
I
how to
got you.
tie knots in general. Stuff like that. Educational. We have people that come in the club that have never fished a day
Right.
in their life.
What if they don't have equipment?
A lot of them do not, and we'll let them borrow some of our stuff if they don't have it. But a lot of them come to one meeting and they're like, okay, like I need to be a part of this. They'll go buy
Yeah.
some.
Right.
And they'll start off low, like everybody starts off with the you know, maybe like a Walmart Academy combo or something, and then you
Right.
get the kid that started off freshman year never having a rod in his life, and now he's like, dude, I need a Sarge, and I fish every single day,
Right.
something like that. It's really
Is
awesome
there
to
any of
see.
your sponsors that provide equipment
We'll
for the
get
team?
giveaways?
The team's big, right? It's
It is
up to
big.
60 members for the team. It's hard to provide something for the whole team, right?
Yeah.
But if there's somebody that can help, you know what I mean? A student, it's expensive.
We have
That's an expensive college to go
Yes.
to already.
It is.
You know what I mean? And to come up not having equipment, right? The dude's from West Texas, right? He's like, man, I'm not gonna have no friends, right? I don't even know how to fish. I don't even have fishing rods,
Yeah.
you know?
We have a locker in the Dugan that has like a couple extra rods
Okay.
and some packs of lures and stuff in there that if somebody needs it, that's what it's there for.
Right.
We really try to help people out. But a lot of us, you know, I'm sure you have 10,000 rods at your house that you don't use. You
Yeah,
know, we'll
around-
loan them
around
out
there.
until they get something of their own, and
Yeah.
they're really appreciative
I
of it.
might I'm gonna help the group out. I wanna be involved. And if anybody else wants to be involved, right, we can always how do we get a hold of the group?
Probably our Instagram or our Facebook would
And
be the best
is it
way.
easy to be involved, or do we
It's
got to go
easy.
through a
No.
process and we got to do some paperwork, or
You
we
just
contact
show
Braden
up.
Remington? Hey, I want to get involved, man. How can I help?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, all you got to do is message us.
Okay.
And
Islander
we
Anglers
really
on
appreciate
Facebook,
everybody.
Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram is what
TikToker.
we have. We don't have a TikTok.
Snapchatter.
We don't have a Twitter.
Snapchatter?
We don't have a not for the club.
No. Okay. Well.
Mainly Instagram and Facebook is the platform we try to push.
Okay.
And then any of the officers or anybody, pretty much anybody you see that's a part of the club will know. Either if they don't have the answer, they can get you to one of us that does know the answer.
And it could be anything,
Yeah.
right? It could be from rods to line,
Yeah.
right? These kids, I say kids, right? You're an adult, obviously already. They need help, man. You know,
Yeah.
even if you don't need it, you can never have too much, right?
No, definitely.
They get
not.
more line, they get more rods. Todd Wilson is in. Contact me, I'm in. Todd Wilson's a good dude. Anybody else, any other dealers out there, or any just other members that want to help out, it's a good cause. It's better than these kids. I keep on saying kids. It's anglers. I'm gonna call y'all anglers from now. It's better for these anglers to be on the water than to be on the streets,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, we got to wake up
They're in-
at 3, 4 in the morning to go fish or go duck hunt.
Right.
We're not out all night partying.
And it's you're already in college, right? You're already, I wouldn't say worrying, right? Maybe at your 4th year you are, right? Because you're like, dude, I'm almost out of
The
this.
real world.
I'm already almost out of this damn place, you
Yep.
know? Day 1, you're like, shit, dude, my parents just paid a whole bunch of money. I'm staying in Corpus, which makes it more money, right? I'm not.
Mhm.
I don't go back home. I don't know nobody. I don't have no friends. I just
Nope.
joined this badass group. And I don't even have anything. I just saw them in the middle of the campus. I want to be part of this team, but I don't have anything. That kind of discourages. I would be discouraged. I'd be like, dude, I don't have anything. These dudes I look at their Facebook, they're fishing tournaments and stuff, and I don't have nothing.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, we have everybody from people who have never fished before to people that fish the tournaments
Yeah.
every weekend in the
That
summer.
should be the last. I want that to be the last thing on those anglers' mind to say, I don't want to go because I don't have anything.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, everybody's welcome.
Yeah.
We do not mind. We're here to help. We love talking fishing. There's a reason we do what we do.
Right.
We go in there weekly and give presentations on fishing.
Yeah. Is there any way that somebody can go do like a seminar? Some of the guides that are watching, some of the dealers, lure presentation,
We have a
how
lot
to
of
how to
guest
create
speakers.
a badass podcast. kind of. Nah, I'm just playing.
Rams coming on.
All right, here we
Speaking
go.
of meeting.
Can we drop stuff off on campus somewhere?
It would probably be better if you just gave it to one of the officers.
Okay.
The school is kind of, we don't really run through the school. We kind of run everything. We all have stuff stashed at our house.
Right.
The banner, the tournament equipment,
Right.
whatnot. Because we don't really trust the school, and the school's not always open.
There you go.
So if we need something, we want to get it.
Yeah.
Like we need it now.
Yep.
So we kind of keep everything at our house and then just bring it in on the weekends or on
If
Thursday
somebody
nights when
wants
we
to be
have
part
a
of the
meeting.
group, man, I don't got no rods. Hey, let's meet up after school, and
Exactly.
I'll hook you up with some rods and reels,
Exactly.
and we might even just go catch some. How about have Roy's as a drop-off place? But then you gotta make your way over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd be best to get it to the source,
To the source
Right.
would be.
and then
would
it
be
gets
the
lost or something. Get it to the president. Get it to one of the officers, right?
easiest. Yeah, we can
Upper
get it to
upper
the
command
rest of the group.
the Islander Anglers team, and they will get it to whoever needs it, right?
Yes,
But
sir.
that brings us to a segment of the show that I like to call giveaway time, right?
Yep.
So early on in the show, well, first let me show y'all what I'm going to give away. We got an Orion Coolers is in the house. We got this pretty cool decal. If y'all could see it, it's got a deer on there. It's got the Orion, all capital letters. Kind of like the way this show is, all capital letters live, right? And we got this pretty cool jersey. Well, it's not pretty cool. It's damn cool. It's got the same logo, Orion Coolers. Somebody tag Orion Coolers there somewhere so they could check it out what we're doing over here. Orion Coolers front and back. It's in the extra large size, right? You might have to grow into it a little bit, or you might have to lose a little bit of weight, right? Grow out of it a little bit. I don't know, right?
Grow out of
Nonetheless, we're going to give it away. Extra large Orion Coolers. If you don't have no idea who Orion Coolers are, your beverages are hot right now. You want to keep them nice and cool in an Orion Coolers. Made in the
There you
USA. First person. You know, the last show we did, because we got the same person that wins all the time, right? Which I like that, right?
Yeah.
That means you're following
They
along.
deserve it.
Right? We picked the number, and as the comments were coming in of the answers, we picked the number, and that number was going to win, right? But we're going to do it the first person. We're not going to mess around over here. We're the Islander Anglers, and we don't mess around. First person to tell me how many boats were in the fall 2023 Islander Anglers tournament.
Said
will
it
win.
earlier.
Huh?
Said it earlier.
Right, we said it earlier. How many boats? Fall Island Anglers tournament. How many boats were there in the tournament total? Right? Boats, not anglers, right? Cliff Nagel. Cliff Nagel is the winner at 20 boats.
There it is.
You are the winner, Mr. Cliff. We're going to shoot you over this. It's not 2023 yet. Is it? It was 2022.
2022.
Yeah, there you go. You know, I told you it's been a long time since I've been in college, you know. But Cliff Nagel, you are the winner. Vicky Remington is at 20, but we go
She cheated.
we
That's my
go
mom.
by what's on here, right? Cliff Nagel is the first to respond, so Cliff Nagel is the winner. But we also you have a second chance at this, guys, because if you could figure out who we are on this spooky episode of Spoiled Life Live, we're gonna
Nobody's
send
got it
you
yet.
we're gonna send you a Spoiled Life Live swag pack. Right? We're gonna give you, the first hint was the genre of music is hip hopster
And Country Star.
and country star, right? They made a movie about one of them, right? There was a movie about one of them. The second one, there's not a movie yet.
Not a movie, but he does play down here a lot.
He does play at Concrete Street Theater a lot. More, it used to be the Spasmatics, and now
They're
it's
still
this
there.
dude, right?
They're everywhere.
Yeah. So, y'all keep on sending in those responses. We're gonna move along. What is more important to you while redfish fishing? Presentation or color?
I'm a big presentation guy.
Are you?
I am a big presentation guy.
What's your favorite color?
I'm a bone diamond guy.
Bone diamond.
Bone diamond.
Right.
If I'm throwing any kind of plastic, 90% of the time it's going to be bone diamond.
Why bone diamond?
I really don't know. It's just my confidence color.
Yeah, and that's a big deal, man. Confidence, color. I feel like the color has a lot to do with like the contrast in the water. You know, you wanted to cast a shadow kind of deal.
Whatnot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man, if that's what you feel comfortable in,
Yeah.
right? You start throwing something else, and
Right.
that confidence level, it's just gonna ruin your
It
day.
is.
Right?
I just know when I go out there, like I'm gonna throw bone diamond
Yeah.
until somebody proves me otherwise. Then
Bone
I'll
diamond
switch.
is a down south.
It is
color,
down
right?
south color, knocking tail color, kid
Okay.
wiggler color. Pretty much everybody's got.
What
some form of
lure
bone
you like
diamond.
using?
Honestly, I really don't have that much of a preference.
Okay.
I do enjoy knocking tails though.
Okay, that's the one with the
With the
bead,
rattle in
the
the
rattle
tail.
in the tail, right? Pretty
Yeah.
good stuff.
We do have K Wiggler as a sponsor. Throw
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of them. They're
Oh,
great
yeah.
people over there.
Yeah, good dudes
Ball
over there. in
tails
Kingwood.
and willow
Wiggle-o,
tails,
yeah,
wiggle-os,
yeah.
you know, stuff like that.
I like the Wiggle-o. If I'm gonna use a paddle tail, I like a big presentation, right? I want it to swim. Most of your paddle tails, you'll have to get it moving
Mhm.
for that tail to start kicking, right? It has to be against some water,
Yeah.
of course, right? I feel like the Wiggle-o tail is instant movement.
It's
You know,
a
and if
big
you're
old
sight
tail on
casting,
there.
you want that lure to move. You know, you want it to make its presence known.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, when I'm sight casting, actually, I like to throw burner shad.
Oh, really?
I like to put something little in front of their face that just might tickle them just enough.
Yeah, that's
They're
perfect.
Like, oh,
yeah.
that's easy meal. You
Oh,
know?
easy. Yeah. Color or scent?
I used to throw pro cure. I haven't really done it in a long time. I don't really know if it mattered all that much. It would get me a lot of pinfish bites. I know.
Oh,
I
really?
come back with a lot less tails on my paddle tails and stuff.
When you
but
were using scent?
I don't throw it anymore.
Right. Now it's just unscent. Unscented.
Just straight lure.
Right. The what is your favorite subject?
I'm a big math guy, you know. Being
Math?
an engineering major,
Right.
it's, almost 100% math. I've
Really?
taken every math class, every high-level math class at the school that they offer.
Wow.
You automatically get your math minor with an electrical engineering degree.
Okay.
But you have to take every class anyway. And,
Oh, really?
Every class, whether it's engineering or whatnot, is all math now. It's all calculus-based. It's physics-based. It's just, nothing but equations all day long.
Yeah. Just a bunch of good stuff.
It's extremely, extremely hard, but
But you're
we
almost
made
there,
it through.
man.
I'm almost there.
Shout out to Braden Remington on Almost There.
Almost there.
Right. Do you get to do like a internship somewhere?
This summer I did research for a professor.
Okay.
I built autonomous robots that run
Oh, wow.
off of Python code, and they have a little camera on the front, and they can scan QR codes. So we built almost like a full little traffic town with different QR codes that'll mean like stoplight or a yield sign or something
Okay.
like that. And they can read the other robots, so they
Oh,
drive
wow.
around and they don't hit each other.
Man, that's amazing stuff.
It was really cool to work on.
Have you ever thought about doing, like, venturing into the fishing side of things?
Actually,
With
yes.
Stuff like that?
When I went to a career fair, the school sent maybe 10, 15 of us to College Station. And I talked to Garmin there, and there's a side of their company that's marine research and development engineers. And those are the ones that work on the sonars and the radars and the fish finders and whatnot. Like I think that would be really awesome to get into.
Right. We, in my real life, right, this is my alter ego, obviously. I deal with some of the interns on the petrochemical side of things, right? And they're all college students as well, you know? And they're young, man, you know? Not that I'm old, but it's a big deal, especially for you, day one. You've been dealing with all this, right? You deal with the hardest classes that college offers. You deal with a whole group that you're the president for. You know what I mean? Where do you have the time to say, okay, or your parents even, you know, maybe some are watching, right?
They are.
It sounds like some are, right? Maybe not necessarily an electrical engineering, because you have to have your mind set as on, I want to do this, right? Especially after your fourth year. Okay, this is what I'm doing, right?
Yeah, you really have to be set.
Has there ever been a time to where you're saying, hey, dude, you know, we might have to chill with the whole group stuff. Your grades are, you know, we don't want you to get kicked out of the damn school. You know what I mean?
No, I mean,
is there somebody on the team that looks for that stuff, or
we don't really go over people's grades. It's not really a requirement or anything, but I know us as officers, if we're having a bad week, you know, we got a couple exams, a big presentation, something like that, there's 5 officers for a reason.
Right.
So we lose one, the other 4 take over, and it still functions as normal.
Okay.
Like, we all know, we talk on a daily basis. We're all best friends.
Right.
You know, we know when somebody's having a bad week. Maybe something happened in the family. Maybe they have 2-3 exams in a week.
Yeah.
Like, if you need to miss this week's meeting or whatever event, that's no problem. Like, all of that comes first. We're just a club.
Yeah.
We're just here to have
grades.
fun.
The grades come first.
The grades matter. The family matters. Your work matters. You know, if you have
because most of these kids are working as well.
Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately, to pay for some of the, probably paying for their way in, you know,
paying their dues.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, it's only $20, but still, you know, it's, if there's an allotted amount just to go to that school, then it's a big deal. You know, $20 may sound like nothing, but to somebody else, it's like, dude, you know, I want to be part of this thing, but goddamn, $20, you know, and now I can't get no Starbucks, you know, and I can't get my taco in the morning, or, you know, I have to do away with cheese, you know. That's a big deal, man.
Yeah.
You know, that brings up, if anybody else is watching, for the dues, if you can contribute, get a hold of my man Remington, and we'll get those dues to the anglers that are not necessarily less fortunate, right? Because they're already in a pretty prestigious college to begin with, but you know, just to get a little extra, you know, in their, because they're going to be talking about this for the rest of their lives.
Oh,
now.
Definitely.
You know, it's a pretty cool achievement what y'all started 10 years ago, right?
I have met all of my lifelong best friends right here in this club. Like, I will remember this club this is what I'm going to talk about as my college years. So,
right.
I mean,
If only I would have known, man. I've been out of high school for almost 20-something years, right? And there is no way that I don't know, maybe they would have, but it probably wasn't even something to consider a fishing team back in the day. You know, we all did it. You know, we all did it.
Yeah. You all
after
did it
school,
as
you know what I mean?
Hung out with your fishermen. It just wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it was something we did after school, something we did on the weekends. It was something we did instead of going home and studying, you know, and stuff like that, you know. Current events, right? We talked about it the last show. You as the president of the Islander Anglers, if this last tournament, if the Gulf Coast Waymasters came up to you and said, man, Remington, guess what? And you said, what, Alex? this dude brought in some fish with some weights in the fish. What's your next move?
We actually talked about that. We were joking around about him, but
Yeah.
he was like, I truly don't know how they didn't see. There's no way you could stuff that much weight in a fish and not either feel it or look down the throat and see that something was shoved
it had been
in
tampered
there,
with,
you
or
know? Yeah, I mean, I know Alex he really examines the fish when he gets in, but we actually had, not to pick on this guy because he was super cool about it, but Parker and Liam, John, and Colin, they were fishing and they found some guys back at the ramp and they just asked them, hey, y'all fishing a tournament? And they said yes, and they had 6 people on their boat. Now, the guy had came and said, it was an honest mistake. This guy brought his kids. He didn't really understand tournament fishing. The kids were kind of just on the boat, whatnot, but there was 5 people and waiters. And he had said that they had even kept their fish separately because they knew. I mean, once again, not to pick on this guy because he was super cool about it, but we basically told him, it was in our rules, a 4-man team. Like, we can't take your fish.
Yeah. Did they go to the weigh-in?
They went.
Okay,
they showed up, and he showed
That's
up
kind of
mainly
respectful.
to
You know
apologize
what I mean?
and say, like explain his point of view where he was
Right.
like, he brought his kids, and I had told him, it might be a problem at the weigh-in.
Right.
Because it does say 4-man teams and whatnot. And he was like, we even have 2 separate coolers. We were like, that might just raise some questions. We don't want anybody to think our tournament is something that's going to have cheaters in it or something like that. And actually, next tournament, we're going to be implementing a polygraph.
Okay.
So to really knock stuff like that out of the window.
Yeah.
Because we want to run a professional tournament, and a tournament that people aren't scared to put their money into because some shady stuff might be going on in there.
Yeah. I blame it on the tournament director, right? Yes, the anglers are at fault, right? But the tournament director is 100% liable, right? That's why they do polygraphs. That's why you have not just anybody with the scale and, hey, put your fish in this milk crate, and we're going to weigh it, That's why you get some of the top dudes that have been doing it for so long for the problems that have arisen in past tournaments. You learn, of course, from watching it on social media. Oh, shit, this dude did this and this dude did that, right? I feel that the weight thing, right, in the fish, and whoever the tournament director was, hey, don't go delete yourself from the page, man. I'm just saying, right? Don't get all mad. But it wasn't the first time, man. You just don't put fish inside of fish. You just don't put weights inside of fish for the first time and expect to get away with it.
And I had seen that something that they had failed a polygraph like the last year, and they were still allowed to compete, and they had won over $300,000 in prizes.
That's a lot of money, dude.
That's insane.
That's a big deal.
And I can't imagine being the people that fished against them on a regular basis, seeing that.
Some of the guys made a comment like, "No way." You could hear in the background. So most of the anglers knew what they were dealing with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that concludes our segment of current events, right? We have some people saying Eazy-E and Pat Green. Close, but no.
They're getting there.
Right? Who else? Who else we got here? Eazy-E, Pat Green, Eazy-E, and Eli Young. Close, but no. Go Islanders. Do y'all compete against other schools or what? We talked about that early on in the show. Moving along. We're almost up. We're almost up to time here, so let's go pretty quick. If we skip over y'all's questions, don't take it personal. Don't go delete yourselves off the show, right? Myself, if it's directed towards me, if it's directed towards Mr. Remington, we'll go back after the show and answer them accordingly. Another one comes in, Eazy-E and Tina Turner. Right? Close, but no cigar again. 2023 is closing in, right? What can we expect out of the Islander Anglers team?
Well, we're gonna have
Islander Anglers group,
our spring tournament,
which
We
is a
don't-
hit, right? It's
It
usually a
is.
hit.
It's usually a lot bigger than our fall tournament. I mean, last year we had our fall tournament that had 13 boats, and this year we had 20. And last
Wow.
year's spring tournament had 23 boats.
Oh, really?
So we're hoping for a bigger turnout
Yeah.
in the spring. It's usually better weather.
Mhm.
Every year, that first front seems to hit on the weekend of our tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, last year we had it was blowing 35 miles an hour, and it was 50 degrees, and it was just disgusting.
Yeah. You know, that deters a lot of people,
It
but
does.
that brings up the competitive side.
It brings out
You're
the
gonna
men
bring
from
in
the
the-
boys.
Yeah, you're gonna get the top teams that we have fished in that, you know, and we can, right?
Yeah.
But you're not gonna have as much teams, you know. There's some people are like, man, I'm not down to
Fair
fish in the
weather
cold
fishermen.
weather, or you know, I'm not about that life to fish in 60-degree weather.
They might not
You know what I
bite
mean?
in that nasty
Yeah, they're
wind.
not
My
gonna
spot's
bite in the
blown
wind.
out.
You know, they're all, if it's raining, they're all gonna be under the bridge. You
And
know,
it just makes you
because they don't want to get wet.
respect those hammer bags that are brought in that much more.
Yeah.
Like, these guys grinded for it.
Right.
And they got it.
Exactly. The group tournament sponsors. Who are they?
If I start listing, I'm going to forget some. There's so many, but the main fishing related ones are Stinky Pants, Sarge, Haney, Real Sportswear, Chris Marine. We have Waterland Sunglasses. There's so many more. I could never list them
Shout
all.
out to all of them.
Shout out to every single one of our sponsors
Right.
and everyone who makes this club possible.
Let's drink to the sponsors of the Islander Anglers team. Without you all, it
None
would
of this would be possible.
for sure, man. And that's pretty amazing, man. And whoever's watching, and you all want to get involved, right? If you're just tuning in, you want to get involved with the Islander Anglers. You want to help some of the kids get the stress load off themselves, right? Get them on the water. Maybe it might redirect their path of what they want to be. You know, they want to change their major or something. Contact the president, which is right here, Braden Remington, or the other officers of the Islander Anglers team to get involved with the group. But here's to the sponsors of the Islander Anglers team. Thank you all for everything you all do. And I'm not sure how the Cowboys ended up. Right? I think it might be over. Somebody give us the score. We might give away something if they won. I don't know. Right? Easy E and Luke Combs.
They're getting closer.
This is
They
super
are getting
close.
closer.
Do members in the club kayak?
We do have a few people who kayak
Really?
fish.
Has there ever been thoughts of a kayak tournament?
I don't think we have enough people that kayak to do a kayak tournament.
Because you don't have to be a member to fish,
No.
obviously, right?
Not the fundraisers. Anybody can.
You know
fish.
what I see in the future? A Spooled Live Islander Angler annual kayak fishing
Kayak
tournament.
tournament.
Man, that's a lot of words right there. We might
Yeah,
need to
it
cut it down a little bit, right?
Our main problem here is that we can only have one fundraiser per semester. So if we were to do any other tournaments, we would have to do like the proceeds go to charity. We were actually thinking about
Okay.
starting some of those in the coming years because like just to keep our name out there, maybe do one in the summer, another one in the spring, you know.
Yeah.
Keep people involved in the club, and it's just, I mean, the more tournaments we can throw, the better. They're a lot of fun for us to do. They're a lot of fun to fish, but
Right.
we can only actually make money off of one per semester.
Yeah, it was. I had a hell of a time in Doc's. It was at Doc's
It was.
Seafood Restaurant.
Waterline under docks.
Waterline under Doc's. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Waterline under Doc's. Good food. Good competition.
You can go see.
Right, some of the best anglers were there. You know that I know. Some of them I know personally. Right. It was a hell of a time, man.
It's great.
Let's give a shout out to the team. To all the Islander Anglers team. Man, I've messed that up all show.
You have.
Right? Islander Anglers team. Let's get 60 members.
About 60.
Right? Is that including the officers and the president and all that stuff?
All of us.
Shout out to all of you all, man, that make this group possible, of course. You know, without them as well, you know, we wouldn't.
We're pretty much a self-run group, so if we don't get that from the members, we don't have anything.
Right.
We run the tournaments, we run the fundraisers, we run the jackpots, we run talking to sponsors and whatnot, all the paperwork through the school, social media accounts, you name it.
Right.
Someone in the club does that.
That's pretty cool, man. That's good stuff. I want to be involved. Spooled Life Live wants to be involved. I'm sure most of the members that are watching want to be involved. And it's been a hell of a show, dude.
Yes.
What else do you got? What else do you want to mention?
Man, I mean, just
spring tournament.
Thanking the sponsors again, because they're really the ones that make this possible. They allow us to buy all their gear. A lot of them give us huge discounts.
Right.
And because they want us in their gear. It's like a thing that's, you know, these guys are doing great out there, and we really appreciate them wanting to be a part of our club, and then talking to their buddies and like their companies, and just bringing in more and more sponsors.
Yeah.
We really skyrocketed. I mean, we have everything we could have dreamed of in this club.
Right. It's a big deal, man.
It is.
It's I've already said it like 1,000 times, but it's an accomplishment in itself in creating something so young that was just 10 years ago. That was created by personal friends of mine, James Sanchez, right? I'm going to forget them all. Norris. Who else was there?
Those are the main two that I know.
Right. I'm sure there was more.
There's plenty more.
But if y'all aren't, if we did forget you all, right? That's a huge deal, man, because you've made an impression, not just on the fishing community, but on these kids' lives. And you know what I mean? It's a big deal.
They're still involved. And James Sanchez and Chris Elliott, they come talk. They've come
Chris Elliott's
twice
another one
already.
Too, right?
They'd come last year, and they talk to us all the time, you know, just like, how are y'all doing? How's the fishing patterns, whatnot, you know?
Right.
These people are still that involved, being graduated that long ago, because they see what's become of this group.
Right.
And they still want to be a part of it. I know for the rest of my time that I'm going to want to keep up with this club, because, you know, at one point I ran it.
Yeah.
And coming in here as a freshman and sitting in there with those 12 people that would show up, and to see what we've come to now, it's really awesome.
60 anglers.
It's really awesome.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for should we tell them who we are?
Nobody get it yet?
I don't think anybody got it yet, man.
One more.
Easy E and George Strait.
It's a Texas country guy.
It is a Texas
country. And it is
country.
a younger guy.
Thank you. I'm going to give you all about 3 more minutes to figure it out. But once I tell you all, the first person who contacts me through DM, right? Private message, right? Sliding into my DMs. What other, how do y'all call it nowadays? Sliding into my D, right? There you go. Easy E and Kyle Park, no?
Nope.
The first person, once I say it, the first person, I'm going to go by the time. I'm going to go off my DM response time, right? I'm going to still send you all this. It's not going to be as extravagant, right? As if y'all figured it out yourself.
Give him one more hint.
We'll give him one more hint.
You're going to get it off of this one.
All right, what is it?
His best friend's Parker McCollum.
There you go. I have no idea who that is, but if you all know,
any of y'all know,
before the show's over, I'm going to tell y'all who it is. I want to thank the show sponsors, Roy's Bait and Tackle, that's waving at us down there. You know, they're probably like, man, you know, it's already past time. We're 4 minutes past already. You know, we want to go home. You know, they're not going to pay me overtime here, you know, and I'm ready to lock the doors up. Easy E and Cody Johnson. Nope. I want to thank Sarge Custom Rods.
Yes.
Which is
a friend of mine.
Yes,
Great
which
guy.
contributes to the Islander Anglers.
He does. He made an awesome rod for our tournament this semester
Yeah.
with the Islanders logo on it.
Oh, really?
Yes, it had a ton of raffle tickets in it, and actually one of the club members won it. So
Oh,
that was
really?
pretty
Well, that's
cool.
good, man. Hell yeah. Real Sportswear, right? That is also a contributor
I run his warehouse.
of the. You work there,
I do work.
man. That's cool, man. Hell yeah. And Carbach Brewery, that's keeping us nice and refreshed. Let's drink to all the Spoiled Life Live and Islander Anglers sponsors,
Sponsors.
right? This is to you all, because without you all, nothing like this would happen. Showcase beer is up in the front. We're looking at Carbach Love Street Citrus. Recycled, damn it. We have 4.6 alcohol percent, 10 IBU, and 12 fluid ounces, just in case you're on a diet or something, right? This gives you like a nice citrusy summertime barbecue. You know, it's my birthday kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
Heavy.
Not too heavy. You know, not too heavy to where you're just gonna get completely wasted. You know, drink
Full,
responsibly,
you know,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, drink responsibly, guys. You know what I mean? We have one. We have one, but they didn't say them both.
Yes.
That was part of the rules, guys. And she's gonna be mad at me. She's gonna be mad. That was part of the deal. We have to say both of them at the same time. Mrs. Foster.
Mrs. Foster.
Mrs. Foster.
I know you got it in you over there.
We got to say both at the same time. And that was it.
We'll see. Oh, there it is. No, wait.
Yeah, there it is. Miss Sarah Foster, Easy E, and Cole Wetzel
There it is.
are live in the Spoiled Life Live studio. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We got the next flyer coming out. I always forget how to stop this thing, you know, so it might look kind of funky at the end. But thank you all so much for tuning in. The next flyer will be out. I want to say midweek. We have another hell of a show. You know, I'm finally looking at myself here on the screen, you know, and I look
Over
amazing,
there.
man. I look amazing, dude. You look amazing too, man. You know, I'm surprised they took so long to figure out who
I
you
was
were.
really, honestly, because the black and red the black and red flannel is.
He
that's
does that a
his
lot, right?
signature.
Yeah, that is his signature flannel. And of course, I'm not wearing a socks, right? White Sox cap or a Raider shirt or a LA Dodgers cap or nothing like that. You know, I had to bring my realm into the to the rap side. You know, I might even just
You got real sportswear.
yeah.
Real sportswear.
Real sportswear,
you
Sarge
got
custom
real
rods.
Sarge.
This is real. I spent a lot of money on this, you know, but thank you so much, man, for
It was
coming on the
awesome.
show.
Thank you for having me.
It's like I've said before, it's an accomplishment for everybody involved, for all the 60 anglers that are involved in the Islander Anglers
You got it right.
group. It's a big deal. I'm proud of y'all. The rest of the Spoiled Life Live is proud of you all to what y'all are going to become in life. You know, the end is near.
It is.
Don't quit. Don't just quit because you didn't catch no fish. That's just on the sidelines, right? The priorities,
It's life.
and it might sound kind of weird, the priorities are to get out of that college,
It is.
right? Get
As
out of that
fast as
college
possible.
and start life in whatever direction whatever path direction you choose. Make sure it's forward, right? Always looking forward, just like here on the Spoiled Life Live, right? I almost wanted to throw a flow, you know? I kind of want to do, but I'm not, right? I might. I don't know. It might be on another show,
Maybe
you know?
on another
Maybe
one.
on the sideline, one of those clips, like the reels. I might do
Like
one
a
of those
reel.
before I take all my get up off. I had to go curl my hair and all that stuff, you know? It's hard stuff to do. Thank y'all so much. We'll get the flyer out in a couple of days, midweek. We got another hell of a show coming up. Once again, we're in beautiful Corpus Christi. Come check us out live here at Roy's Bait and Tackle. We will see y'all later.